Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to the Living in Utah live question and answer session here. It is Thursday evening, 8 p.m. Mountain Time. This is an open forum. You're welcome to ask questions, and I will try my very best to provide an answer. Whether they're questions about the state of Utah, or if you're joining us from another country and you've got general questions about the United States that I can answer, I'd be more than happy to. This week in Utah, it was the weather is changing. It is getting warmer, nicer. We were in the 60s today, I believe. We are projected to be in the 70s tomorrow and Saturday. So the weather is changing. And it is just a beautiful time of year. You can still go skiing. You can hit the golf courses. You can go hiking, mountain biking. You can do it all in the same month. Ski resorts are still open. So whatever your enjoyment is, you can do it. Ride UTVs, take your snowmobile out. And 70 degree weather we'll have the next couple of days in northern Utah, and you can't beat that. So low humidity also, just wonderful, especially if you like mountain biking or taking a hike. So the other things that are happening in the state of Utah is so we used to host a trade show, the Outdoor Retailer Trade Show. It's been held in Utah for many, many years. They lost it. The company who holds the event moved it to Denver, Colorado. The state of Utah has got the award or the contract back. So there'll still be one in Denver this year, I believe. And I think they will move back to Utah for the future, which is great for the state of Utah. It's a very, very big win. State of Utah has tried very hard to market themselves as an outdoor recreational place. And so not only providing just about every outdoor recreation that you can think of, they also are trying to bring companies that also fit that mold to the state of Utah. So pretty much where where the recreation is, you also locate a company here. And I personally think that the companies have an easier time, outdoor recreational companies probably have an easier time recruiting talent because of that. And I guess an example, let's say you built mountain bikes. Probably some of the people who would work for the company are probably mountain bike enthusiasts. So being able to get a job with a company like that, but also in a location where there is a lot of mountain biking available, it's got to be a win-win situation for the company, for the employees. Employees, happy company, more work done. So I think it's a win-win trying to market to outdoor recreational companies, whether it's skiing, snowboarding, mountain biking, hiking. There's a wide range. So that's so having that outdoor retailer show, I think, is very important. And it will also help more companies who are in that business to choose Utah, and they know there's a trade show held and people come from all over the world to look at new merchandise, purchase orders, and they can just do it right in their own backyard. So the other thing happening in the state of Utah was the governor signed a bill to preserve the Great Salt Lake. The Great Salt Lake is shrinking due to water, drought. Many years of the drought, it has just shrunk. So they have earmarked a chunk of money, $40 million, to help with the Great Salt Lake. And I do not exactly know what they're going to spend the money on. Now, it says on here they're going to enhance water flows to the lake and improve water quality and quantity in the watershed. So it looks like they're trying to get more water out to the Great Salt Lake. So they are spending money. And this is great news, especially for people who are moving to Utah or live in Utah. Unemployment rate reached 2.1%. I believe we were tied for the number one spot coming in when we came in at 2.1%. I think it's a win-win. I think it's a win-win for employees. Maybe not employers. I think employers, it's not a win for employers. They have a harder time getting talent. And some of their talent walks out the door to someone down the road. And I've got friends that have done that. They get a better offer, literally get a better offer from another company doing the same kind of work. And they've worked themselves into different jobs and have benefited financially and with benefits and maybe working conditions for many years. So it's definitely probably a very good feeling than a feeling of working for a company that there are no other openings in your particular field in the area. So you're stuck with that company. There's just not opportunities. But when there's opportunities, and if maybe they're paying more or better benefits or better working conditions or work from home or whatever it is, it's great for employees. Employers, a little tougher. I have a harder time finding talent. So I might have mentioned it before, but I've got a friend of mine that he was a engineer, and they were trying to get rid of some of their payroll at the top of the company. They offered early retirement, so he took it. And got another job with another company, has about a 30-minute commute now instead of maybe a 5-minute commute, and started a job with another company. And like he says, he's getting 2 paychecks. He's got his retirement coming in from the other company, and he's got a paycheck from his new company. So it was a great opportunity for him. And it did not take him very, very long to make that decision. Not at all. Not long at all. I think his only decision was he was thinking about just retiring totally. And his biggest decision was he sat down with his family and said, come up with a bucket list of things that you would like before we do officially retire. And they've always wanted to own a motorhome. They wanted to pay off their house and some other things. So he said, I will continue working and we will achieve all those goals that we have, financial goals, and then we will call it a retirement. So it's working out great for him. Really, really good for him. That's some of the things we've got going on in the state of Utah. Any questions this evening? It's going to probably be a quiet evening tonight. It was a difficult day for me personally. It's definitely a day that I knew was coming up on the books and did not want to do the things I had to do today. So sometimes personal things take over. All right. Lift 3R. Love the show. Second week I've been here. We are looking to move from Houston. Oh, cool. Houston. Have finally had enough of the 90-degree Decembers. Are the mosquitoes around the lakes desert bugs like scorpions? No, you will not find many scorpions. If you do I've never seen a scorpion. So they're very rare if they are around. We do get some mosquitoes because of the Great Salt Lake. They do a great, great job. So I live west of the freeway. And so I'm closer to the Great Salt Lake, and I really don't notice the mosquitoes. But we have mosquito abatement in every county, and a lot of money is spent. In the county I'm in, not only do they attack it by airplane, literally fly over and spray, they also have people on ATVs, and they do a great job. They do a great job. But we do have mosquitoes around. But I think it's very, very manageable. I really don't have a problem. So every once in a while, like in some of the camping spots or something, I've just taken some DEET and applied that, and I've been fine. So scorpions, I've never seen scorpions. It's possible we may have some, but pretty rare. So Houston, a friend lives in Houston, so went to his wedding. This was a few years ago, and the humidity in Houston was unbelievable. So my con with Houston was two things. Number one was the humidity, and number two, you can drive for an hour and you are still in Houston, and that is the truth, the 100% truth. Literally drive for an hour and you're still in Houston. So, but I enjoyed it down there. He enjoys it down there. He's actually living there now, and he moved back up to the Northwest, and he went back to Houston. The main reason is his business has been based out of there. So he's in the monster truck business. He drives the monster trucks. And matter of fact, if you're in Houston, you probably come across their trucks down there. They had a big deal with one of the hospitals down there for a long time, and they would park the monster trucks outside of hospitals, and they did all the shows. I think it was a Fiesta show was always held down there, and some others. But yeah, Houston. So coming to Utah, humidity, very, very low humidity. I mean, we barely have any humid days. Nothing like Houston. The other thing is 90-degree days in December. Well, in northern Utah, it gets cold. I mean, you're probably going to swap 90s for 30s or 25s. I don't have a problem with that. But the summers and the spring and the falls here are just beautiful. You can do anything outdoor. I have no problems throughout the whole spring, summer, fall, actually all year, of doing anything outside. So as long as I've got a bottle of water, plenty of water, I can be on the golf course, I can hike, mountain bike, you name it, and no problem, even on a 90-degree day. How are gas prices Utah these days? I just paid $5.75 a gallon in Southern California. We are about $4.30 last time I put fuel in my car, which is probably a couple days ago. Now that $4.30 is what you're going to pay off the street corner. If you go to Costco or Sam's Club, I'll stop there every once in a while. If I'm next to one, they're probably about 15 cents lower, probably on average. So probably about $4.50. It's risen significantly. So of course, all around the world, but yep, the humidity. We are really looking for seasons, drier climates, less mosquitoes. Yes. We do have a true 4 seasons here. So we go all 4. I think it's beautiful. But I'm also, I don't know if I consider myself 100% winter person, because every once in a while in the winter, I do like getting away. We went a few weeks ago, we ran down to the NASCAR race. It was nice to go down there, down to Vegas. And I do like to go to Arizona and Vegas for some golfing. I get in the winter months when I can't golf, I get a little bored. So I'm eager to go golfing down those areas. But up here, I mean, I own a snowmobile, love snowmobiling. I still love to ski. Probably get to ski probably twice a month. So I still enjoy skiing. I'm not a snowboarder, but I enjoy the winter seasons. So it's great. Great time. Great time. So, and then some people say, so I had this conversation with someone about a month ago. He brought his family out to Utah. He's from the East Coast, brought his family out here. He's a big skier, so they spent their time skiing here. And one takeaway I got from him, when he was skiing here, because the sun was out, it was not cold. They were taking their jackets and everything off. And if you get a sunny day on the ski resorts, it is not cold. it can be warm. You actually can. I mean, I can go down to like maybe not a t-shirt, but maybe just a light shirt and ski sometimes if that sun is out. Now, if the sun is hidden behind the clouds, yes, it will get chilly. How's the water quality around Salt Lake City? Do most people use home purification with water softeners? So, uh, water quality, I mean, all the reports they do is great. So you can drink right out of the tap, no problem. I do go into some homes and I do see water purification systems that some people enjoy. Water softeners, I think, is a I like water softeners, and I think it's a must in a home. I have a water softener. We do have hard water, so the softer water is nicer when you're washing your clothes, nicer in the shower, et cetera, et cetera. So I would recommend a water softener in just about every home in Utah. So yeah, I do like water softener. So yeah, we do have hard water here. So if you wash your car, you do have to dry your car off. You'll end up with water spots. So, but overall water quality, I've never seen a report or anything that's been bad. People, make their coffee, drink right out of the tap, make Kool-Aid and everything. No problem. Haven't seen a problem. Nothing out of the normal. Now, if there's a water line that breaks and dirt gets in the lines, you're going to have brown water for a while until the pipes clean out, et cetera, et cetera. But that's because like a water line broke and some mud got inside it. That happens in just about any city. Can happen in any city. And I've seen it happen in Utah too. Any more questions this evening? How is Southern California doing? I read a report about Southern California, and I don't remember. It was just like on the internet, I think. And it said that people are so fed up in California, they may vote Republican. So I didn't read the whole article, but I caught the headline. So yeah, I don't know how true that is. All right. For the school system, I had heard at Utah, you can select which public school you go to, regardless of what you are close to. Is that true? That is not true. You have to go to the schools that are where you live. And I've actually known people who have driven their kids to other schools and have been in trouble for that. So now, does it go on? Yes, it does go on. It does go on. How well they enforce it, I don't know. Where I mostly hear about it is with the kids that are skilled in sports. Let's put it that way. Some of the high schools, like in their football programs, there are a couple schools that kind of always like have a winning program, play for the championship. And I've known good player or great talent somehow goes to those schools and they live somewhere else. How they're doing it, technically it's not legal. I've actually had friends that have been called into the office that have gone to other schools, and you have to go to the school system that you are in. So that's the official rules. But you have lots of options too with schools in Utah. We also have charter schools. So you could send your kids to a charter school or public school. So I think both are great. I do have experience with that. So, I think the education system in Utah is very good. You don't see some of the problems that you see in other states, but that does not mean we do not have problems in schools. So, if you had a choice, would you look for Logan area or Orem for a home? That's a very easy choice. I would choose Logan 100% of the time. 100% of the time. Cache Valley is beautiful. It's, I would live in Cache Valley. I love when people are looking for homes up there because I love my drives up to Cache Valley. Every time I go up there, a big smile on my face. I love Cache Valley. So it's, uh, I say it's rural living in a bigger city. So you have Logan and you have lots of areas around Logan, and everywhere you drive, the people in the whole town, it's a country feeling, the feeling like everybody knows everybody, very, very friendly. Um, people know what's going on. If you live in a neighborhood and there's unknown cars or something to that nature, or somebody walking around that they don't recognize, it's a community that bands together. They'll be on the phones to their neighbors, texting, whatever. Who's that person? Where's that car? Community watch. Great area, but you have just about everything you need in Logan. They have a Sam's Club there, hospitals, doctors' offices, you name it, all located right there in Logan. Beautiful area. I would live in Logan 100% without a doubt, but doing real estate, since I do the Salt Lake Valley so much, it's just too far of a commute for me to go from Logan all the way into Salt Lake on a daily basis. So, but I would, whenever I decide to retire, I would seriously consider Logan, Utah, without a doubt. My wife would too. We'd love it up there. And that is one of the main reasons. So I'm a college football fan, and I was a season ticket holder to the Utes for years, many years. Love the Utes. But I got tired of Salt Lake City. Going to a game is a mess. It's hard to get to a game. They have limited parking. You take public transportation. The trains are packed solid, standing room early. You're literally squeezed like this, going in the game, out of the game. It's an ordeal. I gave up the tickets to the University of Utah. I still watch them on TV, and I still support the Utes. And I bought season tickets to Utah State. And it's over an hour drive for me, but I love the drive. You go up through the canyon, beautiful scenery, absolutely love the drive. I get to the stadium, you park your car in the parking lot, walk up the stairs, sit in your seats, watch the game. To me, total enjoyment. So I became a big fan of that area. And so now I became a Utah State fan. And I still enjoy the Utes by all means. I will never say anything negative or anything like that, but I enjoy going to the games at Utah State way more than I did the Utes. There were some great games with the Utes, and we had some great teams that came in town. I've seen some fantastic games, but as an overall enjoyment, I love Cache Valley, love the Logan area. So would not hesitate at all. Matter of fact, I say very little about, I have a commercial development project going on right now that we've just got approval through city council, and my project is located in Cache Valley. So that's how much I love the Logan area, and I believe it's an area that's going to grow. So, but Orem is a great area. But for the lifestyle that I like living, I would just have to go to Logan, Utah, without a doubt. And I'm more, I do YouTube videos, and people probably think I'm a really outgoing guy, and I'm the guy that wants to always go to the parties and the country clubs and all that kind of lifestyle. That's not me. That's a total opposite for me. I'm a down-to-earth guy. I enjoy a good steak, a game of golf, a little bit of skiing, riding my snowmobile, riding my UTV, and spending family time, 100%. And I get invited to so many lunches, whether it's other real estate agents, mortgage companies, you name it, might go to lunch with us, and I turn them all down. Sometimes free lunches, most of the time probably free lunches. I turn them all down. Why? Because I'd rather go to lunch with my wife. And that's the facts. And that's just how I am. So the Logan community, how it is, that smaller town, the community feeling, that's me in a nutshell. I'm more of a quiet type of person, and I enjoy those types of things. It's more how I am. So that's another reason I would personally choose Logan, Utah, without a doubt. And Logan is a hidden gem. More and more people are finding out about that whole Logan area. But you also have some options too with the Logan area. If you do need to go to Salt Lake City on a regular basis, or to the airport, or to maybe Hill Air Force Base, maybe you're going to work at Hill Air Force Base, or family member might work at Hill Air Force Base, you could choose an area like Tremonton. Tremonton is about a 30-minute drive into Logan, but you're also from Logan to Ogden is probably half an hour. From Tremont to, say, the Salt Lake City Airport, you're probably about an hour and 15 minutes. So you kind of you have like both. If you wanted to go over to Logan, there's a road that takes you over there, 20-30-minute drive. If you want to go to Ogden, 20-30 minutes going that way. So, you just kind of split. If you look at a map, you'll see the split. It's becoming a very popular area also. So, and that's somewhere I would consider too. Another area I would consider. Great area. Any more questions this evening? Seems like I've done a little bit of talking there. Got off a tangent there, Logan, but that's okay. I love it. So, love the Cache Valley. I can tell you another story. I've got all kinds of stories about Logan, but the last coach that we had at Utah State, Gary Anderson, the new coach is Blake Anderson. They have the same last name. They're not related. But so Gary Anderson has always been a Utah guy, roots with Southern Utah University of Utah, became the head coach at Utah State. Bought a home there, loved it there. Got the job at Wisconsin, head coach at Wisconsin, high-paying job, multi-million-dollar contract. From there, he went to Oregon State. He always kept his home in Logan because they always knew they were coming back. So he left Oregon State, ended up going to the U as a position coach, still had his home in Logan, ended up getting the job at Utah State and had his house remodeled and moved back into it. True story. He loves that area. And with all the areas he traveled to as a coach, et cetera, he knew he was always going to come back to Logan, Utah, and never sold his home. Kept it. So, loves the area. Thanks. I'll start looking around. You betcha. If you want me to put you on a home list, new inventory that pops up in an area, just shoot me an email, give me details, and I can put you on a list. It would just be a daily list. You would just get one email, everything new that hits the market in your particular criteria. We can pick cities, we can pick counties, whatever you decide. I can put you on that list, and it will give you everything. You will not have to contact me. It's not one of these lists where I leave data out so that you're forced to contact me. No, I'm not that kind of person. You would get all the pictures, you'd get the price, the square footage, everything that the listing agent provided would be in that particular email you would get. So, and people who get that list off them, they don't call me on the phone and say, hey, Mike, they didn't have the price on here. They didn't. Every once in a while, the pictures haven't been loaded up yet. So you don't get the pictures, maybe. Very rare, but you get all the details, square footage, address, nothing's left off. So if you need that, shoot me an email, or call me, or text me. And I've got hundreds of people on driven home builders doing new. Yep. Definitely worked with a lot of home builders. Yep. Yeah. And, since you're so far away, we can talk more, but, what's real handy on new, let me phrase it different. What's difficult with new construction being when you're out of state is you do not know what is going on your build. So hey, has it been framed? Has it been sheetrocked? Has it been roofed? Is anybody going out there to make sure it's right? Correct. So I also provide that for you on a new home build. I'm stopping by new home builds all the time. And it means taking pictures or even doing a little video. Do that so you actually will have boots on the ground and I can give you live, true information, not somebody at a construction company going, oh yeah, wink, wink. Yeah, it's being built. We got workers out there right now. And you go out there and it's a dirt lot. No, I mean, boots on the ground. It's handy if you feel like, hey, I don't think something is right or something. And I can always drive by, take pictures or whatever and go, yes, it's true. They did put windows in. Yes, it's true. They do have this going on or that going on. So, and I do that all the time. I love doing that. And builders hate me, absolutely hate me because I rip them up and down when I see mistakes. So that's what I used to do, construction. So absolutely, they fear the fear. But and people say, you know what, how do you determine a good home builder from a bad home builder? Well, sometimes it's not the home builder. The problem we have is the subcontractors. There's so much work out there that basically they don't give a blank. It's kind of like we do the job and we leave. If you don't like it, too bad, because we've got more work down the road or more work and people keep calling us and calling us. And it's the subcontractors that are doing the crappy work, the shortcuts that you have to always be. And sometimes it's not the builders. It's hard finding labor in this market. And the ones who are doing the construction work are taking no pride in what they do. It's sad for me to say that. It really is. Having a construction background, I always take pride in stuff. And it's sad to see some of those things. And you just have to call them out, flat call them out. Hey, it's not right. Get back here and fix it. Right now. So sometimes it's not the builders per se, it's just the subcontractors and the environment we're in. It's just hard to find labor and hard to find all the subcontractors, and they're just doing crappy work sometimes. Not all, I don't not label all of them, but I've seen a lot of it, and it's sad. So really, really sad. But in the end, you'll get a good home. But yeah, shoot me an email or something like that. Call me on the phone if you want to talk more about it. Whatever you feel comfortable with, text message, email, you name it. We could even set up a Zoom call if you want to spend, personal time. I'll just do this right like this. And we can shoot questions back and forth and hammer out things if you want to. Glad to help, whatever you want. List, you name it. Any more questions this evening before I call it an evening and call it a night? It has been a stressful day. Well, I thank everybody for joining me. I love the questions. I love talking about the state of Utah. I love the state of Utah. I think it's a great place to live. So everyone, have a good evening and a great weekend.